You make Mark change jersey or kind of thing.
I don't change my jersey.
Welcome to another episode of the Trifactor podcast.
This podcast is for Trini football pionks and international ones, where we get to discuss all matters of football, both Trini and internationally.
If you are a football fanatic,
This is for you.
if you just stumble upon here by mistake,
Don't worry, God doesn't make mistakes. This is for you.
don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Most importantly, give us your feedback for future content that you might be interested in. On this week's episode, we'll be discussing
The African Cup of Nations. So, African Cup of Nations started in 1950s. How many competitions it had so far? Was it? I forget how many, right?
Like the different formats it had.
Yeah. No, how many competitions total? Egypt had the most with 7 and then I think
wins.
Is any teens or probably at 20?
I think you mean how much titles each country have.
No, well, yeah, in terms of the total amount of tournaments, and then it have Egypt with the most, which is 7. And I think Cameroon with 5.
You talking about hosting or winning?
Winning.
So Egypt had the most, actually.
Mhm.
I was trying to think of Egyptian besides Mido, who I know before Salah, though.
Zidane.
Yeah, Mohamed Zidane.
I mean,
Mohamed Zidane.
at the level of Salah. Nah.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know Egyptian best players.
Yeah, I was saying, but they come
But
together. They come together to win
Yeah.
7 titles.
The
Yeah,
team?
they had a good side.
Their structure. I
The
think they're
guy who was
coaching and their
playing for
structure.
Wigan, what's his name again?
For who?
Wigan.
Egyptian.
Oh yeah. I know you're talking about, boy.
Yeah, he was popular.
A striker.
A winger.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Yeah.
Is it no, not Kadri? Is it Kadri? No.
The-
He had highlight reels and thing in the Barclays Euro. He had highlight
Abel
reels.
Tarak.
No, not Tara.
Nah,
No,
he's not Egyptian.
Morocco, I think.
He's not Egyptian. No.
Yeah, Moroccan. Well, I don't know.
Actually, he will be playing in CAF.
Serious.
Who? Tarap still playing?
I think so. I think I see him get
Tarap?
called up.
Tarap, like the other day I see Diego still playing, or Diego from Atletico Madrid and Juventus something. He's still playing, or
now
not?
I tell you,
Yeah, he in
the
Brazil with
Brazil
Flamengo.
Diego Ribas.
and like everybody go back Brazil, and it's just a Fed match league at a high
So
level.
they still starting.
David Luiz,
Hulk
David
and them
Golan, them
fellas.
Hulk and this madman,
Diego Costa.
Diego Costa.
Right.
Up
The
top
one
of
from
Them now win a
Wigan
title there.
yeah.
is Amirzaki.
Nah, but
Nah,
I
right?
don't know he.
Yeah.
That's not who I was thinking about. Nah,
Yeah, I think it's
thinking about somebody
Amirzaki is
else.
his name.
I don't know that. But,
Right? And
it's
then it had Mohamed Abu Trika, who was the captain for all
brother.
them years.
So,
Right.
with who captain? Wigan?
Who, Abu Trika?
Yeah.
Nah, he was Egypt captain all the time.
Oh.
Yeah, Ramadan Suri. I don't remember him.
let me just come out right now and say it.
You don't know nobody.
I have never watched a game of African Cup.
No, none?
I've never
Nah,
watched.
man.
I think I watch a couple.
That's
never
wickedness.
watched one game.
I watch some qualifiers as well.
So before we get to bashing and smiting Watford, like I just say, I just
Lord
had
boy.
to be real and say I am one of those people who devalue AFCON by not being enthusiastic about it.
I mean,
I
that's
was thinking
fair.
about that today.
I mean, so it's fair that you may not so. I don't think valuing it or respecting it means you have to watch every competition under the sun, right? But if, just as with, so I said this, right? So it's just the idea that, look at the conversation around it is framed as if, so with regular international football, and I'm saying, look at me even saying regular tells you the story, right? So with friendlies and European football,
Yeah.
right? Coaches
Even South
often,
American.
yes, coaches like Klopp, who is he's very vocal. So Klopp is a man always talking about the workload on the players, and
For sure.
he has all these damn friendlies, I just send men for this too, and thing. So they talk about it as like a evil that they have to accept, right? As soon as AFCON come around, and I'm watching the media again, because again, what they're doing is, all right, they're tapping into
Narrative.
they're tapping into tapping into the economy of racism, dog. Again, so here's the media framing it now. Instead of a necessary evil that you have to accept, they're framing it as should players have to go to AFCON. Imagine and I love the response from Sebastian Halle, right? Imagine the nuts it takes you to ask a player, are you going to honor the international call-up for this competition? This is not a friendly where you going to fake he injured. You are asking this man, are you going to say no to your country because it's AFCON? Because you're doing so good in Ajax. Why would you interrupt your season to go to AFCON or whatever it's called? That little competition, right?
That small competition.
Right? The audacity of even asking that question, right? And then you have this idea that, oh, well, it's not really racism that's making it be dismissed like that. It's because of the time. I don't even want to give him I don't want to give him no play. I don't want nobody to go and look him up and find. I don't want nobody to do nothing like that. If all you want to know, go and find my tweet. That's the best I could give. Right?
That's that guy.
Don't give me no name. Don't give me no name. Right? He's like Voldemort or whatever, right? So imagine having the audacity to then say it's not racism because regular European international competitions take place in the summer. Yeah, the competitions might take place in the summer, but like I said, it's not as if all the games take place in the summer only, all international games. There's friendlies throughout the entire season where players get released and coaches complain, but they release, it's no problem. Or it's accepted. But then even when UEFA expanded UEFA Nations League, so now games were during the middle of the season. In the middle of COVID too. What they do?
And if you want to come from the competitive side of the argument, you could use Nations League. Because what FIFA did in Nations League is say, okay, you are complaining about meaningless friendlies. Let's now put some value to these meaningless friendlies and create a whole competition and call it the Nations League, and all they compete for a trophy. Same amount of games. So, like what they say, Andre, is very key because, listen, if you releasing a man for a friendly and you complain, but you let him go, is AFCON now is the main tournament of the man home country. Complain, okay, but let the man go. You let him go for a friendly. You let the Europeans go for the friendlies, the Nations League. Come on.
But the
in the season, during the season.
But me, the biggest hypocrisy I see with this is with a player called Cho. Right? So Carlo Hudson-Odoi, this season, coming back from injury and decide, listen, because of the amount of injuries in the Chelsea side, I would stay and I would stay and train.
Oh, you're supposed to go?
Because I'm not on the senior England team again, right? Because they tell him his fitness, he wasn't able for the senior England team. But he's 21 years, so he sees no reason to play under 21 football for England. You know the same people were slating Cho for not taking the national call-up. So, of course, it's fueled by something else. It's fueled by a lack of appreciation for the continent of Africa. And that is the way I see it. And
they think it's a country. They think it's a country. They think it's a country.
Yes.
No.
And it will continue until you have all the African nations showing their disgust with that. I just want to put a footnote to say, you see what Nigeria do? You see what Nigeria did?
Which part?
That devalue.
The unseriousness of missing the deadline?
Yeah, because...
No, it's devalue the whole sake of African nations and we voice. Because Nigeria agreed with Watford to keep two other players. And then they agree with Napoli to keep this player. What nonsense!
No, because they missed the deadline. So technically, they missed the deadline for the application, so that the club teams can now deny, can now say you've missed the deadline, therefore we could deny.
It's a loophole. Because why I will still blame Watford is because
of course.
You still had the choice. You still had the choice, although because as Dre is saying, I read today, I didn't know this before, they changed coaches.
Nigeria, yep.
The first squad, the provisional squad, Dennis was not on the squad under that coach.
Right.
When the new coach came in and the final squad was submitted,
yep.
It was too late for Watford liking, and they're saying, you missed the deadline, we could use this loophole and deny the request.
Yep.
I would still fight all it because it's AFCON. You know the man want to go and play. It's a simple administrative error. Let the man go. You would not have done that if it was...
Exactly. That last part you're going to say there, would they block a man going Euros because they missed the deadline?
No.
Will they block a man going World Cup because they missed a deadline? Because it's gonna come up in 2022,
yeah,
because the World Cup gonna be.
The worst part is Dennis has played the worst game he has played in 6 games. He might have to take him off half time.
Yeah, his mind not there.
Anyway. It don't make sense.
His mind not there, right? And they getting fight down for Sa. I think Sa get through, you know.
Okay.
I know his federation make a real scene. Is that Senegal?
Yeah, Senegal. I think he got through. I
like the like they use real best language, real SATs words, and then they pull out.
Fangs, they bear their fangs.
No. That was for Watford.
Oh.
But like Senegal used something to describe like I forget, boy. I'll go find it though. But I like how they address it publicly and thing. But no, because Watford is taking this stance, they obviously do not respect the competition. I will not be surprised if they deny him as well, right? It's the same thing. They're gonna just deny, hey, you didn't do your application in time or whatever. Yeah. We have the right to deny, we're gonna deny.
So instead of losing players for a month, they're gonna lose them for the rest of your best players, exactly.
Mentally.
Mentally, yeah.
Now
what about sorry, Deidre, as we are Nigeria, I just wanted to ask about Osimhen. Well, I heard the story with Osimhen.
No, I thought he injured.
So he had COVID.
Yeah, COVID. But what happened with Osimhen is that he had the injury, the serious injury, fracture in his cheekbone. Oh. He was out for like 2 months. They ruled him out.
Couple months, yeah.
He did surgery, and he was surprisingly recovering ahead of time. So much so, he went on Instagram, I believe, and declared himself fit,
yeah,
ready.
That's sabotage again, or? That's sabotage again.
Nigeria call him up. Nigeria call him up. Napoli started digging horrors, of course, now, right? And they started denying, boy, he can't go, he not ready. But the man declared himself fit. The man was training everything. Boom shot now, Christmas break. Italy's have a break, like every other league except England.
Yeah.
Man come back, COVID positive. Can't go no way.
So now, Napoli can't even play him because he had COVID.
Yeah. And they play Juve.
And then they deny him.
But somebody has bring up a point where it had men who get COVID in
yeah, I heard that.
Euro.
Men went Euro with COVID.
For 10 days and play.
So, I bring up the point because he could still go.
Exactly.
Napoli just making it difficult.
Napoli just using that as an excuse.
They don't respect it.
Yeah.
They don't respect the competition.
It's simple as that. Is respect. Even with the whole situation of the timing, people saying, well, AFCON should try to organize itself around the English calendar, the football calendar and stuff. That's garbage. Because this competition is organized for people, for their culture, for their timing. Last AFCON, if you know, 2019, that's when Algeria won. That was the first AFCON held in the summer.
Okay. What was the reason? What was the reason for summer?
I think it's because FIFA were digging out horrors of the whole calendar, the football calendar thing. AFCON is always in January because that is their least rainy period of the year. One of the least rainy periods of the year. Right?
No, and then let's not forget, okay, most players on the continent of Africa are not playing in Europe. So it's not as if you're looking at a competition where all the players are in the European League. No, they're in the African leagues.
Exactly.
Okay, you're organized based on African League calendar.
African League calendar. Exactly.
What makes the most sense for this continent, for this federation?
Exactly.
Not what the colonizers say is the most important. Like, that doesn't make no sense. Anyway.
My thing is, the media is something else. Last AFCON, I can't remember all this.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's...
No, what do you mean? You can't remember, like, uproar about when it is until?
It always had an issue with releasing players and it's middle of the season and that kind of thing. But this AFCON...
That's why.
Yeah,
this
AFCON.
I think it's different because of the pandemic.
Yeah, and this AFCON was supposed to be in the summer as well,
Yeah,
it was supposed to be last year, 2021.
Yeah, 2020. It was supposed to be in the summer as well. So I don't know if they heat to FIFA and they're giving in now. Right?
You see, the thing is, what causing this melee with this whole AFCON is because of the folly that put forward. And we have the most divisive topic in the world, which is COVID-19. And for some reason, the Europeans calling Africa, the continent, a hotspot for COVID, although they have less COVID cases. So this is the genesis of this. When you have people trying to ask why players have to leave safe Europe that having hundreds of thousands of COVID cases a day, why they have to leave there to go to Africa? When they're playing games all across Europe, they're playing games flying from one part to the next. But once one country in Africa have a game, which is Cameroon, and all of a sudden there's an issue because it's unsafe.
Those businessmen looking out for their interests. Look at and that's what I was telling you guys in the group.
It's racism.
Africans have to now start to look at how they value, right? And leverage their value. Look at you also the list of Premier League players who went to AFCON.
Plenty. Real plenty.
It's over 30. It's like 34. And when you look at the names and the clubs coming that these players going to leave.
I was going to say to you, when they talk about what changed, what has also changed is just way more high-quality African players are playing in Premier League and stuff like that. So it's just making the conversation more prominent.
Exactly. And clubs are now losing, they potentially losing more value by these players leaving mid-season and potentially as well getting injured. Yeah, Liverpool, Leicester have a lot of Africans. Leicester is like 4 or 5.
I think Liverpool
Arsenal has about 5.
Who?
Yeah, Arsenal is Partey, El Neni, Uba, Pepe.
El Neni and Uba, that was on the team already.
So
brother, El Neni played the other day, but we're doing man.
Take El Neni, keep El Neni.
Palace are 4. Leicester,
Palace are plenty too.
Leicester 3.
And it's very high quality players. It's not
exactly.
It's a squad man and thing.
Imagine you have club.
I think Watford have 6, not so?
Imagine
probably.
Imagine you have
I think
club,
Watford have
right?
6. They have plenty.
Who don't rotate or have a plan B?
There we go with this club to rotate business again.
Brentford are 3. Is real
Club
players.
don't play Salah. He does play money under the bench and say you have COVID.
I hear people asking what could AFCON do and what could the AFCON
They're not to do nothing, look. They're not to do nothing. People need to stop being racist, though. People need to stop being racist.
Play competition when they want to play competition.
So let me just call out a few Trezeguet from and Traore from Villa. Brentford has nobody I know. Brighton
Brentford
has
is
Bissouma.
Brentford have who? Wissa?
No, it's
Yeah.
Geneva and Onyeka and Fosu Henry. I don't know them.
Oh, Henry's in the defense, right? Yeah. Anyway, keep going.
Cornet from Burnley.
Yeah.
Bissouma.
player.
Bissouma from Brighton.
Burnley, one black player.
Bissouma.
Nah, there are two. I forgot
Bissouma is
that.
a big miss for Brighton.
Bissouma is a big miss for Brighton.
Yeah.
Mendy's the only Chelsea man from Chelsea interested.
Yeah, man.
But it's a big miss.
Hey, Chelsea don't purge, boy. I didn't even realize.
Brother.
Chelsea don't. Hey, watch me. Chelsea don't purge. Buy a man named Niguez and say they fix it. That's what they just do. I like what they do. Hey, that's checkmate. I like it. That's good.
But I know. What about the days at SCN? And,
Right. So they purge it. They purge it.
Chelsea losing all the main players. Drop back.
What's man? The tall man in the midfield.
Salaman Kalu.
Tall man in the center.
Mikel?
Obi Mikel.
Mikel.
Wilfred Zaha playing for Ivory Coast. He will be for Nigeria. Leeds United have none. Leicester have a Marty.
They also Argentine, though.
Mendy.
Come boy, you wicked boy. Them now come up.
And Kelechi Iheanacho. Liverpool.
Who last have? Nacho?
Mendy, NDD, Iheanacho. Liverpool has Salah.
Mendy is Lampis.
Keita. City just have Mahrez. Manu Abayi.
That's the next man who's purged too, you know.
But City missed over here.
Tuchel and Pep from the same they're the same philosophy. Wait, hey, I know it. So that's why Lukaku don't play. I understand.
Tuchel not that at all, Brethren. Tuchel not that at all.
Newcastle have nobody.
So Tuchel is probably called Lukaku by what's the other name? Yeah, that's what Tuchel is calling for real.
Watford have Truce Ekong.
Yeah, defender.
Loza.
I think they subside the most.
Massina.
Yeah, but he wouldn't count Dennis.
They count Dennis for some reason.
I see they count Sa.
Well, they can't count Dennis because he ain't going.
Yeah, he ain't going. He can't count.
And I think Sa ain't going either.
Sa get through.
How Sa go get through? It's the same.
He get through. Sa was our injury. Sa name got submitted in time.
How Sa could get? Oh, Senegal, different country. Yeah.
Senegal, yeah. But they were still saying that he coming back from injury and they didn't want to let him go and thing. They was fighting for him still.
I don't know what you.
What father? This man will be a big
Masuaku. Masuaku is not African?
Nah, I think he's French.
I think he's French. Yeah, I think he's French.
French or English.
Oh.
And this man.
But this man is a big miss for
Wolves, you know. And
yeah, he just injured, right? He injured in the season. I think. Yeah.
Who's that?
Boley from the centre back in Wolves.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Willie Boley.
Yeah, Willie Boley.
He didn't play today?
Nah.
And Roman.
But this guy is a big miss. Roman Saiz is a big miss for them.
Saiz is Moroccan.
Yeah. That's a big miss for them, you know.
Yeah, dog, I'm surprised by West Ham. I thought West Ham had some blackness there.
So it's just like Chelsea, brethren. The blackness is from in England and France.
It's francophone. It's a francophone. Yeah. Let me see. Nah, man. Something's still around there. I have to check out that lineup. Maybe they just don't get called up. Maybe their players just don't get called up.
No, it's not that. The black players literally. It's the black players like Crystal Palace and Chelsea.
So Diop is from where?
I don't know.
Diop. Yeah, I feel Diop is African, boy.
So there's Diop, Masuaku. I thought they also got he's French.
Antonio is Jamaican.
Antonio is Jamaican.
Hey, Diop is French, huh?
Diop is French?
That's what I hear. Nah. I'll go check out their whole lineup because...
No, but I don't tell you. West Ham and Chelsea have the same thing. Is a set of African...
No, don't bring Chelsea. Chelsea used to be like that. They used to be like that.
No, Chelsea African players used to be from Africa.
Nobody else.
Huh?
Nobody else but Abgona and he Italian.
But I wouldn't lie, AFCON benefits commercially in a way.
From?
This hype.
From this bacchanal.
And Sky Sports bringing all the games.
Yeah,
all games
that's
to get
good.
through it. I'm watching some AFCON this year. I'm
me
looking
too, for
at
sure.
I dare say I watched
watch
AFCON
AFCON?
since the trainer directed
Huh?
You watch AFCON, Andre?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch AFCON for sure.
So have you ever watched it?
Yeah, I have. I have in the past. I didn't watch it last tournament, 2019. So when I've watched AFCON, it's always been later stages.
Yeah.
It's all, like I don't really watch the beginning.
It's
And
like
thing.
Cooper.
Because
Yeah,
I was
similar
a
to
Chelsea
Cooper.
fan, we used to watch AFCON because Drogba was my favorite player.
Yeah.
So I used to watch AFCON, right?
Wait, who's this black man? I thought Western had, boy. I ain't seen none.
You're seeing things.
But
Fella,
I'll look at the squads. I'll look
Yeah.
at the squads today, and
Senegal gonna win.
I like
Hopefully.
Ivory Coast.
You like Ivory Coast?
I like Cameroon because I really rate this player, but he having a good season at Napoli. Anguissa.
Yeah, Zambo Anguissa. Yeah.
He wasn't
When I see it-
Fulham before?
Fulham, he
Because of
alone
Fulham,
from
yeah.
Fulham. I ain't sure if they buy him, but I think
bro,
he's supposed to be on loan.
Senegal gonna walk away with that trophy. The
Yeah,
only
supposedly.
person could stop them is Egypt.
Ivory Coast, or?
Why you say
Egypt?
Senegal?
Nah.
Why
Ivory
you
Coast
say
and Hala,
Egypt.
Zaha,
Huh?
Pepe, Aurier, Kessie,
Ivory Coast is a big
No,
side?
but-
boy.
No, but
Cornet.
if you watch Ivory Coast lineup of players, it is look nice,
Yeah,
but they're not playing good football, man. They're not playing good football. Watching them in the World Cup qualifying,
on one field.
they barely qualify for the next round. Ivory Coast get real trouble.
Yeah.
They
Nah,
get
nah.
real trouble.
Everything I look up-
Senegal to me on paper is one of the strongest.
No, but Senegal actually
Everything I've looked up, yeah. Everything
They're
I've
playing
looked
good
up, the
football.
people talking about it, the people
Yeah.
that follow it and things say Senegal
Yeah.
is the strongest
I
team by
think
far,
Senegal,
by far.
I think Senegal only conceded 2 goals or 1 goal or something.
Yeah,
in the entire
something
contest.
ridiculous, but
Something really ridiculous. And
I think they lost the final last one. They lost against Algeria.
Yeah.
I think it was them.
Yeah.
1-0.
Yeah,
Algeria
Keita,
looking good too, eh?
Who?
The defending
Algeria?
champs looking good.
Well, they always have players, you know. Who not
Yeah,
French
they-
going there, you know? Who would make the French team going there?
I think
they
it was
looking good.
Senegal. It was really. I don't think it was Senegal. It was Senegal.
Yeah, I think they beat Senegal in the final.
I think so too.
I remember when Algeria win, but Algeria always has some nice players, but I can't see them winning again.
Why, boy?
Egypt
Why?
must be a real solid team.
Yeah, apparently Egypt
I don't know
Egypt
anybody
fall off,
from
boy.
Egypt beside Salah and no, it have the man from Villa.
El Neni, boy, from your team, I'm your team, boy.
Listen to me.
Why you getting on like you don't know the player? A man take all the through real hard times. Because Zaka getting red card every 4 games. So who got to come on? El Neni, whole time. Last 3 years. So until all they get depth this season, what was he seeing? I'm just
Those
saying.
fellas is haters, boy. And then he's African. Simple.
Anyway, like I say, Algeria, Mahrez, and that is all I know. I know.
No boy.
Slimani, Benrahma.
Hey, man, he's still playing
This
this.
fella from Algeria who
Who's
injured
still
right
playing
now.
this? Who's that?
What about Yusuf Atal, boy? He was a main player in the winning last year.
I don't know who's that.
Yusuf
boy.
Atal?
Algeria. Atal, a forward.
No, he was a right back that is playing right wing also. Very, very, very dynamic.
I
He
don't know
like-
this guy.
Atal.
You see how Ben Rama was when he was in form? He like Ben Rama on
Right.
steroids.
I ain't
Yusuf
seen him in
Atal.
the squad. I ain't seen him in the squad.
Brother,
I
you
think
lie.
Algeria have a real good squad.
He get play at the tournament last AFCON, but his foot was broken, I think.
When I said
Us.
from Valencia, Sevilla,
AC Milan.
AC Milan, you don't know.
Oh, Figuli still playing football?
Why?
Yeah.
Wait.
Slimani.
Benacer.
Slimani's a big forward from Lyon.
Played
He
Leon
was,
still?
he was with Lille.
Napoli, I'm forward there too. Unas is there.
Yeah, Unas.
It is good squad. Good squad, but I don't know what their game is. I ain't watch Algeria
that?
play. Algeria.
No, they just play attractive football, boy, but they're missing Atal plenty. Yusuf Atal was a big part of that. How you all don't know who's Atal, though?
Well, because we don't follow AFCON, we racist too.
Who we playing for? What's his club?
It was a French team. It was
That's
one of
not
them.
well.
It wasn't Lille. I think it was Lille.
But I think it's a real good thing that I'm actually gonna be available for so many people to see. I really like what men like Ian Wright and thing doing. I don't agree, Mark, with us holding ourselves to the higher bar. We could acknowledge that we are held to a higher standard, but I don't think it is right that we buy in to being almost like we're not being allowed to be fallible like human beings now, right? So there's a part of it that is, I'm saying all this just to say, I don't want to hold men like Ian Wright, you have to plug black people thing. Like, you don't have to. It's nice. And I really appreciate like certain men using their platform now to talk about it and defend certain things and call out the shippings that we're seeing and things like that. It's just such a ridiculous conversation to even be having. That a federation competition getting the scrutiny about should it and should it. Like it's not even for debate. What men need to do is like Cornell Glenn. Even if the letter didn't come through releasing it. Show up for the team though. Go to your country because and real talk, all jokes aside and thing, like people just take for granted football is a high risk career though. So you could get called up now and then you don't go. And then next season you're playing in your club, mash up your 2 knee, never play football again. So then you missed out on representing your country all because, you make a decision.
Emmanuel Dennis, I feel it for him, but he really wanted to go, boy.
The man say he glad for the call up, he a Niger boy, thing.
The only man that probably will down tools more than he about to is Harry Kane. You understand what I'm saying to you? The only man that will come close to how Dennis about to show these fellas, or they should have just let me go, is Harry Kane. Oh, but sorry, Harry Kane in it though. Sorry, man.
Angie one boy.
Sorry, man.
Angie boy.
Dennis in it too. Dennis is the only man playing right now too.
Nah, but he might. I really think he gonna and his head.
No, that's just a distraction. That's nonsense. You don't do that thing.
Yeah, his head gonna be gone. So they might as well plan on just playing. What's his name? Joshua King and thing, and that's it.
Yeah, boy, he on my FPL.
World Cup, they having a break, a winter break.
Watch that. Yeah. And I think that is good point to me.
Watch that one day.
Like when the EPL didn't want to suspend and when the fighting against African Cup and thing, they can't do over no games now, boy. They don't have enough time. So and like
but watch that now. How come the EPL could get itself comfortable with the fact that the World Cup is taking place during the winter next season? Yeah, but how come they could accept that though? Because the World Cup must happen. But apparently AFCON is AFCON is an option. Yeah, it's real shipping us.
When we get our 15 booster and the Omega variant out and the other go.
The Omega could be the last one. Are you sure we'll see that one, man?
And the other go where the other go Qatar.
Where go
fighting against because of human rights and XYZ.
Yeah.
Did you see the Flumicron come out?
Horse.
The what?
It's depressing.
Flumicron or something.
Florona.
It's depressing.
We'll say which country the president said they had to pay back the money if they do well in AFCON.
Oh,
Gambia.
That was.
It's Gambia.
I think it's Gambia or Gabon. One of them.
Horse.
I don't know Gabon.
Man, want refund, boy. That's like the opposite of
Tyrell failure, you know.
Like two saying we're not going on the plane until we see money in the bank account.
But Harry stories from AFCON, but I remember the year when Drogba them got civil war and thing.
Yeah. Drogba bring world peace or African peace.
Drogba them broker dealers.
Yeah.
Real madness.
But it's thing like all this is things that they should get their time on TV too. You understand? Is there's no reason why these things can't be the stories that we learn as long as we're not
No, but you see,
caricaturizing these men into backward or whatever it is. It's just, all right, this part of it.
yeah, and you see, Dre, AFCON was always prestigious, huh? To African people, it was always prestigious. Only when European clubs start to see the value in African players, and they start to say, "Wait, now we gambling with the investments here. You know? Who's Africa, boy? I just want the players." Then all this uproar started.
Yeah.
And calendar and online call up and all kind of thing.
But I think
Yeah,
that also have a problem with it.
It's Guinea.
Also have a problem
Guinea
with
president
it.
tell them that.
Guinea.
Yeah.
You have a problem with it here, why? Because you're back in your club. I ain't seen no AFCON. With my players going, boy. It's a crucial point. You need to
What is a crucial point?
You need to come
Huh?
forth.
Who's that?
January.
All in losing nobody.
No, I not no, but back then I don't know who he had. Toure, I don't know.
All you only had Frenchmen, boy.
But he had a Toure, boy. He had Kanu.
So then
the league with AFCON no man, they're running.
So then the other part I've seen now is which is interesting. I don't know if it's always the case, but it's not really missing so many games in the European schedule.
No. It is just be 2 games or 3
It's been like 2 or 3 games, and then
yeah, 3 games if you're reaching
For some
that
reason,
goal.
men just come back a little fatigue.
dog,
Yeah,
that make me even more. That make me more sour because then I'm like, dog. So that means regular friendly break. That end up men is missed sometimes 2 games. They come back with whatever.
At the isolator
Or friendly,
Yeah.
and now you're making big scene for a man that's in 3 games.
Yeah, it's only 20-something games.
Yeah.
And I think it's
You see, it's when
2 games, and if they make the next round, it's 3 games.
Guys,
it's
a
when
small
they missing
competition.
too.
But what they miss, but again they missing 3 games. So
It's when. That's what the coaches will say. Is when.
Who am I
Yeah,
going to
it's
captain
January,
in the
dog.
NPL?
in January.
January, February.
Trust me, Watford was getting relegated before January. Right? all this talk about they need Dennis because Dennis go make that.
Nah, man, what
Please.
saying? Would I stay up if they let Dennis go, man?
Mr. Dilly Ding Dilly Dong will be back in the damn
I
championship
don't like his
soon
response
enough.
stage, boy. His response real.
Who? Ranieri. Ranieri.
Yeah, Ranieri.
No. See this, eh?
What
In
was
defense
17?
in defense of Ranieri.
What you just say about? Oh, sorry. Hold on. We'll see. What you just say?
What for 17th?
Watford 17th?
Yeah, they have a good chance of staying up.
Nah, they gone. Long time.
Also,
They
that
gone.
Burnley and Newcastle under them, you know.
Yeah.
Burnley are real games in hand, brother.
Listen to me.
Burnley are games in
Only
hand.
one less than Newcastle and than Watford.
We'll say you've
Yeah.
watched Watford play. They going down though. Please.
Only
Let's
cause
not get carried away.
Dennis. Only cause Dennis.
Let's not get carried away.
Andre, have you seen Burnley play?
Listen, have you watched Watford play properly?
No,
Yes.
Burnley
Have
had
you seen Burnley play us?
No, Burnley
Nah,
had
but to be
play
fair,
Only
to
team
be
older
fair.
than Burnley's Everton. You know.
To be fair, Ranieri have Watford looking way better than before.
Yes.
Fair enough.
But
Fair
Dennis,
enough. But they're
Dennis was a
going.
big
But they're
part
going
of
down.
that, me. Dennis was a huge part of that.
Listen,
Yeah.
Dennis could score a beaver. They're still losing 10-4. It doesn't matter. So I don't care what you're saying. What Dennis gonna do? Dennis, dog, they are going down. They are going down.
The loss of Spurs by a terrible defender in the 96th minute.
Yeah.
And possibly a no-call
If you-
penalty.
Listen to me. If you playing,
Spurs are no Africans. Eh?
just to be clear, if you playing any formation where Musa Sissoko is either in your double pivot or he is your one holding midfielder, you are dead. Your team is dead.
Nah,
Your team is dead.
Sissoko.
Your team is dead.
Hey, no, but Andre,
Prime
context,
Sissoko. Prime
Context.
Sissoko was a good player.
No, but context, Andre, cleverly injured, bro. Why are we wicked so much?
Listen to me.
Nah.
If,
Cleverly
When you
playing.
start
Cleverly
them
starting.
if Musa
Yeah, but-
Sissoko
But-
is your
but
It's
it was
cleverly and
cleverly and
Sissoko.
somebody else.
Nah, it's
Before
Cleverly and
Sissoko-
Sissoko.
Sissoko must start, man.
nah. So in
Sissoko is
fairness,
not captain, boy.
in fairness, what Ranieri doing now is he playing this guy that used to be on AC Milan with him, Kuchka. So Kuchka and Sissoko is who making the double pivot now. So we go see Ranieri trying to thing, dilly ding. All right, we go see. But
to be fair to Ranieri, I find people over bash Ranieri for the response. You're asking Ranieri a question that he cannot answer.
He wasn't involved in that.
He wasn't involved in it. And the persistence of asking
Don't give him the buy. Don't give him the buy. Don't give him the buy.
No,
what the man could have said again there?
No, don't give him the buy. Don't give him the buy.
The man tell all 3 times he's not involved.
What the man could have said there?
That's above the head. Why you keep asking that?
Listen, don't act like you haven't seen it. So your coach, listen, no, but your coach Tuchel. It had been like Tuchel. It had been like
Let me make a point before you go, Dre.
Yeah.
Remember, every club different, in terms of what the manager is involved in.
No,
and plus, what for the owners is something else too. Yeah,
exactly.
I would you.
Yeah, Klopp and them have real weight.
But I'm not going to give him
different rules.
Tuchel don't have that weight. Tuchel let them know Tuchel don't have that weight.
But I'm not going to give him the blight because I'm just saying, okay, look, it is possible for you to not say something that is against the club, but also say something that is like he could have said something as politically correct as a player representing his country is the greatest honor. So
he talk frightened.
Like all he says is, I'm just the coach. I'm just
talk frightened.
Andrew, we're just saying that what. Let's just talk about the man owners, what for owners.
He talk frightened. Honestly, he talk like I'll get my throat bus.
Hear what I get from Ranieri here. Yeah. Ranieri himself is convicted that is the wrong thing to do. So he's not trying to discuss it before he show his card to the owner and he lost you.
Fair enough. I'm not ponging him, but I ain't getting any blind. I ain't gonna say that's the only thing you could do.
You could see that Ranieri don't want to talk about it at all. I wasn't involved in it. That was the management of the club. I am just the coach.
Yeah. You sound like Mourinho there, boy. You sound like Mourinho there when he talk about he's just the coach and little horses and all kind of thing. Right? All kind of thing. Yeah. I understand what you say. I understand.
But you all feel this could possibly set a precedent?
Yes, that's the danger.
In the Premier League.
But the only thing
missing deadlines.
Although they use a loophole.
Right. So I'm saying the only silver lining is, at least in this case, it is due to the fact that yes, the country did miss the deadline. So as long as countries don't miss the deadline, then there's no precedent set here. You gotta say nah. You can't send them.
Yeah.
So hopefully there's not this continued administrative unseriousness that is more like CONCACAF.
I don't know what it's going to take for me to miss a deadline. How much it's going to take for me to miss a deadline?
That's what you think coming on.
I'm asking all this, guys. I never check it. I haven't checked it. But I believe the French League and possibly the German League have more Africans playing in it than the Prem.
Yeah,
sure.
That's sure.
Right? You all hear any uproar from those other leagues?
I think the French League and the Italian League, bro. Not even the German League. The Italian League have very plenty of Africans.
Nah, boy, not Italy.
Boy, have you not Mark, have you not seen what happens when players go to Cagliari and thing?
Not Italy, man.
Not Italy.
They have, but
Italy have plenty of African players.
Yeah, they sound like one a team. Almost like how the Prem used to be in the 90s and thing. Like, one on a team and that is it. You know that? But France is basically Africa. Is Africa.
And Germany as well. Germany have a lot of Africans playing.
I didn't know that. I don't really watch German league because it's too much football in that league.
But you ain't hear nothing in those leagues.
Germany
I find so.
Germany does make sure.
Bayern Munich set.
Germany does make sure it can't say racist. I will do everything in my power to say I am not.
If an African could play striker for a white European team, that says a lot.
Who is that? Chuba
Maybe.
No.
What?
Nobody. Not before
Chuba
Didier Drogba?
No, it had this guy before Chuba Moting.
What team?
A burly looking forward boy.
What team?
I can't remember. I'll find him.
Gentlemen, Yeah, appreciate all of you for coming on. Very interesting convo. Thanks again.
That was nice.
Mark.
I'll come to send up my pressure, boy.
Oh,
Bring Andrew to send up my pressure.
I behave now.